My name is Albert, and I'm thrilled to guide you on a journey that will change the way you perceive your everyday grocery shopping. Welcome to Unknown Facts, where we delve into the hidden aspects of our daily lives. Today, we're stepping into the vibrant, bustling world of supermarkets. Supermarkets offer endless choices, a dazzling array of products vying for your attention. Aisles stretch as far as the eye can see, filled with promises of convenience and flavor. But behind the bright displays, the enticing colors, and the clever marketing lies a complex, often hidden world of food production, a web of processes and decisions that ultimately determine what ends up on our tables. It's a world that deserves a closer look. Today we'll uncover the surprising realities, the unseen forces that shape the food industry and influence our choices as consumers. We'll be focusing on 16 everyday foods, items you likely have in your pantry or refrigerator right now. We'll be revealing the processes, the journeys these foods take from farm to factory to your shopping cart. We'll examine the additives, the preservatives, and the flavor enhancers that are often added to extend shelf life or enhance taste. And we'll confront the ethical dilemmas, the questions of sustainability, fair labor practices, and environmental impact that are increasingly important in today's world. All of these factors shape what ends up in your cart, influencing not only your health but also the world around you. This isn't about fear, but awareness. It's not about creating anxiety around food, but about fostering a deeper understanding of what we consume. It's about empowering you to make better choices, informed decisions that align with your values and priorities. Choices that are better for yourself, promoting your well-being and nourishing your body. Choices that are better for the planet, supporting sustainable practices and reducing our environmental footprint. And choices that are better for those who produce our food, ensuring fair wages and safe working conditions for the people who bring these products to our tables. If you find this journey eye-opening, if you're excited to learn more about the hidden world of food, please subscribe and like the video to support our work. Your support allows us to continue creating content that informs and empowers consumers like you. Prepackaged salad mixes look healthy and convenient, but their journey is far from natural. To extend shelf life, these greens are washed in chlorinated water, then sealed in humid bags, conditions that can actually foster bacteria. The packaging that promises freshness can sometimes become a breeding ground for microbes. What seems like a shortcut to health may carry hidden risks. Shrimp is a global favorite, a culinary delight enjoyed in countless dishes around the world. From succulent scampi to crispy tempura, its versatility makes it a staple on menus everywhere. We love it grilled, fried, boiled, and baked. But here's a surprising fact. Most of the shrimp we consume doesn't come from the wild, pristine ocean waters. The vast majority is raised in a very different environment. Instead, they're farmed in crowded ponds, often packed densely with thousands of shrimp per acre. These farms, while efficient, can create a host of environmental and ethical problems. And here's a critical point. This farming is often at the expense of vital mangrove forests. These coastal ecosystems are essential nurseries for countless marine species, and they act as natural barriers against storms and erosion. In some regions, shrimp farming is directly linked to widespread environmental destruction, leaving behind polluted waters and barren landscapes. The impact extends far beyond the immediate farm. The problems don't stop there. In some cases, shrimp farming is linked to unethical labor practices and even forced labor, casting a dark shadow over the industry. To control disease, which spreads rapidly in these crowded conditions, farms routinely use antibiotics. This overuse contributes to antibiotic resistance, a growing threat to human health. And to further protect their crops, they also use pesticides, often in large quantities. These chemicals seep into the surrounding environment, poisoning the water and harming wildlife. The result is that these chemicals can contaminate both the shrimp themselves and the surrounding ecosystem, creating a cycle of pollution and harm. So, the shrimp on your plate may carry a hidden cost, a cost that's not reflected in the price tag. It's a cost that's ultimately paid by the environment, by vulnerable communities, and by the long-term health of our planet. Next time you buy shrimp, take a moment to consider its true origins. Ask questions about where it comes from and how it was raised. Remember, sometimes the cheapest seafood on the market ultimately comes with the highest price, a price that we all end up paying in the end. Tilapia is cheap and abundant, but its resilience means it's often farmed in crowded, polluted conditions. The fish are fed low-quality diets, sometimes even animal waste, compromising both their welfare and nutritional value. The low price tag often reflects low production standards. Behind every fillet is a trade-off between cost and quality. Chicken nuggets are comfort food, but their creation is pure food engineering. After prime cuts are removed, leftover meat is mechanically separated into a paste, then mixed with fillers, binders, and artificial flavors. The result is a product far removed from real chicken. Nuggets are less a simple meal and more a triumph of industrial processing. Familiarity hides a highly engineered origin. Canned mushrooms seem simple, but many are imported from countries with lax regulations. They may be grown in unknown substrates and exposed to banned chemicals. The canning process, if poorly managed, can pose additional risks. Each can is a gamble on transparency and safety. Apple juice. The very name conjures images of idyllic orchards, sunlight dappling through leaves, and the crisp, sweet taste of freshly picked apples. We imagine families enjoying a wholesome beverage, a natural treat straight from the tree. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? But the apple juice that fills most supermarket shelves tells a different story. The vast majority is made from concentrate, a process designed for efficiency and long-term storage. This concentrate is essentially apple juice with the water removed, reducing its volume and making it easier to transport. And where do these concentrates come from? Frequently they're sourced from massive factories overseas, sprawling industrial complexes dedicated to processing apples on a scale unimaginable to the average consumer. These facilities operate around the clock, churning out vast quantities of concentrate destined for markets around the globe. The journey from orchard to juice box isn't always a smooth one. Quality control can be inconsistent across these large-scale operations. And, surprisingly, some juice contains unlisted additives, ingredients that aren't always transparently disclosed on the packaging. These additions can range from preservatives to processing aids, altering the final product in ways consumers might not expect. Furthermore, the quality of the apples themselves can vary significantly. Some concentrate is made from low-grade fruit, apples that wouldn't be appealing enough to eat fresh. Bruised, damaged, or otherwise imperfect apples can find their way into the processing line, impacting the overall flavor and nutritional value of the final juice. Once the concentrate is reconstituted with water, the original flavor profile can be quite bland. To compensate, flavor is often restored with artificial packs, carefully formulated blends of chemicals designed to mimic the taste of fresh apples. This process, while technically recreating the flavor, distances the final product even further from its natural origins. The end result is a reconstruction, a carefully engineered beverage that bears only a passing resemblance to fresh juice squeezed directly from an apple. It's a testament to modern food processing, but also a reminder of the compromises that can be made in the pursuit of efficiency and mass production. The label may promise purity, boasting claims of 100% pure or natural, enticing consumers with the allure of wholesome goodness. These labels often create a perception of simplicity and naturalness, but the reality behind that label is far more industrial, a complex web of processing, transportation, and artificial enhancements. The journey from orchard to your glass is a long and often obscured one. So, the next time you reach for a carton of apple juice, remember that what you drink is often a blend of distant origins, hidden processes, and carefully crafted flavors. It's a global product, a far cry from the simple image of an apple picked fresh from the tree. Frozen berries offer year-round convenience, but many are imported from countries with different safety standards. Poor sanitation or contaminated water can introduce pathogens that freezing doesn't kill. Pesticide use varies widely by country. The bag in your freezer may carry unseen risks from its global journey. Wash and cook frozen berries to reduce potential hazards. Honey is marketed as pure and natural, but the global market is rife with fraud. Honey laundering disguises origins, bypassing safety checks, while adulteration with cheap syrups is common. Sophisticated tests are often needed to detect these practices. The honey in your jar may be more sugar syrup than bee nectar. Purity is not always what it seems. Olive oil, especially extra virgin, is often adulterated or mislabeled. Lower-grade oils or cheaper vegetable oils are mixed in, making it hard to know what you're really buying. Even experts can struggle to spot the difference. The golden oil on your shelf may be a blend of deception. Ground beef is a staple, but a single package can contain meat from hundreds of animals, mixed from multiple sources. This anonymity makes tracing contamination nearly impossible. A single pathogen can spread through massive batches. The convenience of ground beef comes with a hidden web of risk. Know your source when possible. Much of the world's garlic is imported and treated with chemicals like chlorine for appearance and growth inhibitors for shelf life. These treatments are cosmetic, not nutritional, and disrupt the plant's natural cycle. The perfect-looking bulb may be a product of industrial intervention. Sometimes, natural isn't as natural as it looks. Farmed salmon is affordable but raised in crowded pens treated with antibiotics and colored with synthetic pigments. The pink hue is chosen from a color chart, not nature. These practices impact both the fish and the environment. The healthy look of farmed salmon is often an illusion. Behind the color is a story of artificiality. Rice, a global staple, naturally absorbs arsenic from soil and water. Levels can be higher in polluted regions. Brown rice, often seen as healthier, can contain even more arsenic. The risk is in long-term cumulative exposure. Even the simplest foods can carry hidden dangers. Most carton orange juice is not fresh squeezed, but pasteurized, stored for months, and then reflavored with engineered flavor packs. The taste is carefully constructed to match brand expectations. What you drink is less juice and more a lab-designed beverage. The fresh image on the carton is mostly marketing. Orange juice is often a product of industrial reconstruction. Processed cheese slices are engineered for meltability, not authenticity. They contain real cheese but also oils, emulsifiers, and artificial colors. Legally, they're often not even cheese, but cheese products. Convenience comes at the cost of tradition and quality. Bottled water is often just filtered tap water, sold at a huge markup. The environmental cost is massive. Plastic bottles require fossil fuels and often end up polluting oceans. The promise of purity is mostly a marketing illusion. You're paying for packaging, not better water. The real price is paid by the planet. Our journey reveals that convenience often hides complexity and cost. By understanding these hidden truths, we become empowered, not fearful. Every purchase is a vote for the food system we want, one that values transparency, quality, and sustainability. Choose local, read labels, and question origins. Change starts with a single, informed choice. Let's fill our carts with awareness, shaping a healthier, more honest food system for all.